I was hearing some crazy stuff about the Sig Sauer gun manufacturer having some issues with their guns, and so let's look at this video. This is oh, who is this guy? I followed him for a really long time, but Brandon Herrera, he's awesome with does a lot of gun channel stuff. Maybe we'll cover more gun type stuff videos in the future. I just wanted to watch and kind of see what the scope is on it. I've heard very little bits and pieces about it.
Gun Meme Review. What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers, and welcome back to another episode of Gun Meme Review. Before we get too far into anything, new gun wall's coming along. It's finally starting to feel right, you know? Also, for those of you who don't watch Cody's streams, I have an MP7. I am super stoked to do content with this, so that's coming up soon. Just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way before we talked about the topic of today's video. New SIG drama just dropped.
90th Missile Wing confirms on-base airman fatality. Bro, it killed somebody? This is the SIG P320, I think, is what issues they've been having. I almost bought one like a year or two ago. I almost bought one, so I'm glad I didn't. Oh, that said, let me read the rest of that. I'm sorry.
Just dropped.
An active duty airman assigned to the 90th Security Forces Squadron, 90th Missile Wing, died on base while on duty in the early morning, July 20th of 25. Oh man, that's really sad.
Seeing the P320 hurt so many people is reminding me of how much it hurt when you dropped me, baby. You're gonna get a lot of that. Yes, we are now 4 or 5 months away from when it ended today. You remember.
Sig Sauer, the rhetoric is high and we can no longer stay silent while lawsuits run their course. And clickbait farming, engagement, hacking grifters continue their campaign to hijack the truth for profit. Enough is enough. From the courts of law to the court of public opinion, we will combat the lies and misinformation with the truth. Sig Sauer stands behind the quality, safety, and design of all our products, especially the P320. Industry take notes. What's happening today to Sig Sauer with the anti-gun mob and their lawfare tactics will happen tomorrow to another firearms manufacturer and then another. Today for Sig Sauer, it ends.
When SIG tried to gaslight us into thinking that there are no problems at all with the SIG P320,
I've heard it's been like 3 or 4 years of issues with the SIG P320, so I don't think it's new.
All in your head, baby girl. Plus, you love being gaslit. Well, these last few months have not been very good for SIG. Of course, with the contracts being dropped. Damn it, that one.
Oh my gosh. We gotta watch that again.
A lot of that.
Oh crap, that was too
your
far.
Head, baby girl. Plus, you love being gaslit. Well, these last few months have not been very good for SIG. Of course, with the contracts being dropped. Damn it, that one wasn't even on purpose. And just in general, more issues that are proving.
It finally happened. I was sitting on my couch, balls out after work, and put on Red vs. Blue as I'm rewatching it currently. Had a drink, grabbed my holster to unload my P320, and it just went off in my lap. Didn't even touch the trigger at all. Luckily, it only grazed me, so I didn't go to the hospital. This happened last week. Should I sell my SIG and get a Glock? Some guy said, walk it off. Bro, I would get a Glock. I just bought one the other day, and I haven't shot it yet, but it's great.
More and more that there are legitimate issues with the drop safety factor of the P320. SIG's response to this? Basically just insult anybody who says there's a problem. They basically just said anybody like me that was out talking about it is just
the rhetoric is high and we can no longer stay silent.
Grifting for clicks. And of course, it had nothing to do with the fact that some of us were just genuinely concerned that if this kept going on, someone was legitimately going to get killed by this pistol. So about that, a few days ago at time of recording, it was reported that a 21-year-old airman at F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming removed his loaded P320 still in the holster, put it down on a table, and the act of slamming it on a table, fired the gun, shot him in the chest, and killed him. What the fuck? If only there's some way we could have seen this coming.
Bro.
Oh, wait. SIG was already getting memed on pretty hard, and it seemed like it was starting to die down a little bit. And then, like clockwork, here we are. When you're the SIG employee responsible for the P320 contract with the Air Force. So yeah, that's the other thing. While the Air Force is investigating this incident, they've also paused the P320 contract. Of course, the military calls it the M17 or M18 or something like that. Same gun, different name. SIG. So when do I get more contracts? The DoD.
That's the neat thing. You don't.
SIG Corporate.
Bro.
Sir, a P320 has struck an airman. Yeah, if you think the people who handle their contracts are going through it right now, just imagine what their PR team is dealing with. SIG's PR and social media team right now. Today, old friend? Now, SIG did release an official statement, and this was an insane backpedal, just a complete tonal shift from where they've been so far. SIG's entire lineup to this point is basically like, there's nothing wrong, you're crazy, fuck off. Right after this incident broke, this is the statement that they made. Our hearts are with the service members and families impacted by the recent reported event at the F.E. Warren Air Force Base.
Oh, man.
We proactively offered assistance to the U.S. military as they investigate the incident and remain willing to help in furtherance of their ongoing inquiry. We have absolute confidence in the military's ability to conduct a thorough investigation and are working with the Air Force and Army to answer any of their questions. Which points to SIG, this is more like what you should be saying right now.
Yeah, and the fact that the gun went off by slamming it on the table, granted, you shouldn't do that, really, but maybe he placed it down not very hard, and it shot him. That is ridiculous. Guns are supposed to be drop safe, like tested, everything like that. I think Glocks were like tested for drop safe because I don't think they even have safeties on the sides of them.
Because what I was kind of expecting at this point was something more like this. SIG Sauer. That shit is straight up not our fault. It is, however, a crazy backpedal. How it started.
Yeah.
How it's going. This spurred an entire avalanche of memes, which is why we're, of course, covering it in today's video. I do think it is important to point out first, though, while we are making a bunch of jokes about this, it is important to note the difference between making fun of SIG and making fun of the airman who had an unfortunate accident.
Right, yeah, that's very sad.
Absolutely nothing wrong. This is equipment failure. This was not his fault. And that
I
makes
would
this
say
a
that.
very, very tragic incident. So none of these jokes are going to be directed at him, the victim, because that's what he is. He's a victim in this case. All the jokes will be directed at the party responsible, which in this case is SIG. And trust me, we have plenty. It ends today. New P320 holsters are made out of proprietary ceramic level 4 plate material called SIG copium. And of course, the new product announcement, introducing the new SIG P320 holster. Before you utilize a SIG P320, you must slam it into your appendix holster if you wish to leave alive. Which is actually the second kind of smoking that can kill you. The first, of course, being, well, you know. But if that's a habit that you have that you're looking to quit, maybe try checking out our partners over at Fume.
Oh,
Fume
great.
is a flavored air device that is designed
I've
to help
seen
people
these, though.
move away from smoking and vaping. And because there's no vapor to it, you can do it anywhere. There's no nicotine, no harmful chemicals, just flavor that's designed to help mitigate that oral fixation. And the little vent at the bottom has a little magnetic clicker thing on it, which is good for fidgeting, which I just now realized I've been doing the entire ad. I hate when the read calls me out like that. I'm still doing it. They got a bunch of flavors to choose from. I personally prefer the mint.
I'd be doing that too.
Basic.
I get really
Like that.
fidgety.
But over 500,000 people have already made the switch to Fume as part of their habit-changing journey. And if you're ready to take that step, no time like the present. And for a limited time, if you order the Journey Pack using code Brandon Herrera, one word, no space, you'll get a free Fume topper, an accessory to help level up your experience. Click the link down below at tryfume.com.
A top hat for your
Brandon Herrera, or scan the
vape.
QR code on the screen to get yours today. Thank you, Fume, for sponsoring the video. Yeah, it's been a digital massacre for the last couple of days. Even Glock's official page joined in this curb stomping. Just a photo
man.
of a Glock. Lightweight, reliable, safe. Which is a very diplomatic way of saying, we should have won that fucking contract.
Yeah. Imagine if it was Glocks that they had instead of the M18 P320.
When I'm testing the Shake Awake feature on my new Holosun, but apparently the SIG P320 has it too. Now there's a hole in my wall and my neighbor's dog is screaming in pain. Congratulations, you've temporarily become an ATF agent. Yeah, SIG is getting fucking
my
dragged
God.
right now. But don't tell the SIG fanboys because they're still in this abusive relationship and they just can't be shaken out of it. Just
I'm
like
glad
you
I
really
never
shouldn't be
bought
shaking
one. I'll
with
just say
SIG.
that.
When I'm in a ignoring evidence and patterns competition and my opponent is a P320 defender, flat earther, it's fucking bad. Of course, we got memes about SIG fanboys. You know what? I'm not even reading that one. Apparently, just posting about
I'm
this
not
incident,
gonna read
the
it
fact
either.
that it happened is enough to get you banned on some of the SIG forums. SIG mods deleting any slightly negative post about the P320. I wish that was a joke, but it legitimately they have screenshots. I do not understand why I was banned for commenting my condolences to the family of the killed airman. I meant it when I said accountability needs to be taken. There is zero free speech on this sub. r/Sig Sauer mod. You're correct. This is a private sub that I own. Fuck you and your free speech. I didn't force you to come here. You alone chose to come here. Now fuck off.
Oh my gosh. You imagine if anyone else did that? I'm sure they probably do, but oh my gosh.
You have been temporarily muted from r/Sig Sauer. You will not be able to message the moderators of r/Sig Sauer for 28 days. That is cultish behavior. It's one thing to say, like, yeah, we don't
No way.
onto our forum and just shit talk about
Exposed.
things we like. It's another thing to say you can't even talk about things that objectively happened that are relevant to the product. And to reply with that is fucking
Reddit has a really big problem with moderation.
being wild. Would love to do a physiognomy check. r/Sig Sauer mods when people mention the mountains of evidence saying the P320 is dangerous. Speaking of mountains of evidence, this just came out today at while I'm recording this video. There's a gentleman by the name of Wyoming Gun Project. I mean, that's probably not his Christian name, but that's what he goes by on the internet. He released a video demonstrating
I watched this a
slight
tiny
on the
bit.
trigger, even just jostling the slide of the firearm can cause it to spontaneously go off.
Put some input into the slide somewhere. Will it go off again? Will it release? Let's see.
Bro.
That's 3 in a row.
It's all so tiresome. I mean, we've had videos.
It looked like he had the screw out on the bottom though, so what does that I mean, you wouldn't do that normally, but that's still crazy that it went off.
That's 3 in a row.
It's all so tiresome. I mean, we've had videos. We posted it in the gun meme reviews before. Just the plenty of videos of the SIG going off when dropped, or just being able to be made to fire when the trigger's not pulled. I feel like I'm in a fucking madhouse. Like, why do you people not listen now? SIG owners, where is your God? I feel like I need to Clockwork Orange P320 apologists, make them watch the dozens of videos of what they say can't happening. You don't need a background in gunsmithing or even be somebody who went to sdi.edu using the links in the description and the pinned comment to know that this is not acceptable. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. Except the P320.
It will kill you. Yeah.
Wes Ferdell chiming in. That's fair. Again, if I can give a quick shout out to my boy Wes Ferdell. Wes is the Texas state rep that represents Kerrville, the area that was devastated recently by the floods. Anything we were trying to do to coordinate help in that area, Wes was on it, super responsive. He was there with us on the ground. I've said it before on Twitter and other places, but I just wanted to give him a shout out here. Guy was fucking awesome. Good people in politics? Impossible.
Is it possible to learn this power?
How the CEO of SIG looks after another P320 goes off. Would not want to be him today. Probably the CEO who's in second place for being in the most trouble. The first, of course, being the astronomer CEO.
I heard about that.
He's not doing too great either, I'm sure. His wife, I'm sure, will certainly enjoy half of his shit. A modest proposal. Put Sig Sauer CEO Ron Cohen in a bank vault with a small hole in the ceiling, through which drop loaded P320s one at a time until he confesses. That does lead to the very interesting question of what SIG can actually do in this situation. Like, what's the right call? For one, they're at least starting to take steps in the right direction when it comes to a little bit of accountability that, yes, maybe there is actually a problem, and not just blaming the people who talk about it. That was pretty fucking lame, not gonna lie. Then there's a lot of options after that, a redesign of the striker mechanism to fix the issue, recalls, voluntary upgrades. There's a lot of options on the table here, but one user proposed the SIG brand tourniquet, free with purchase of any new Sig Sauer P320. Pretty much a necessity, especially if you're going to be appendix carrying it. Speaking of which, a modern SIG take on the Gadsden flag.
Please no shoot
Please
penis.
no shoot penis. Guys will say they feel uncomfortable appendix carrying a Glock because there's no safety. And then in the same breath, carry a SIG. My P320 M18, manual safety. My femoral artery. Don't worry, you've got your SIG brand tourniquet, it'll all work out. The response to this is not only a bunch of contracts that are either being canceled or are on the line, But tons of shooting ranges and shooting competitions and training centers have started announcing that they will no longer be allowing P320s for safety concerns. Because despite what SIG has been saying, these motherfuckers are shooting people. We have videos, we have documents. I mean, shit.
With the internet nowadays and people recording videos and posting screenshots of them shooting themselves in the legs, like, come on. There's no way that you can hide from it. It's happening, and there's proof of it everywhere.
Last video I did about this, I showed the ICE, the ICE documents, where they were having issues with their contract because they were getting injured. They had a list of accidental discharges, and they included a list of whether or not those involved injury.
All those are SIG P320s that aren't grayed out. Maybe they didn't want to do the other ones just in case.
It's really gotten out of hand. Yeah, I shot a man in the heart. I saw that. SIG killed a guy. But maybe this will finally be the straw that breaks the camel's back, where SIG finally realizes there is a problem and they can start taking corrective measures. Or
they need to just pull them.
Like hiring a new face of the brand. I have a suggestion. Perhaps Alec Baldwin. Although, fair warning, I hear his acting skills have gotten a little rusty. Anyhow, how do you think SIG's going to handle this whole deal? Do you think they finally have gotten to a place where they can't ignore it? Or they're going to pull their patented move of, ooh, look over here, shiny, shiny. What? Nothing happened? You're crazy. You're just like your mother. I don't know. Fuck it, Clown World. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Again, I appreciate you guys for watching this video and sticking with me. Got some really big videos coming up very soon.
We'll probably check out more of his videos in the future, I think.
Until then, I just wanted to say I appreciate you for staying all the way to the end of the video. And as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thank you.
Dang, that was a good video. Oh, look. This is, I think, yeah, I saw Moist Critical watch it, I think. And that's crazy, man.